Congressman, can I give you the chance to respond to that?
Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, it's Donald Trump that's actually losing the support of the American people. Donald Trump's not focused on lowering the costs of housing, not focused on lowering the price of goods. He's out there deporting people that have legal status to be here, revoking student visas from students that are contributing to this country.
He doesn't have legal status to be here, Congressman.
What's happening, everybody? Scott Jennings joined, I don't know, some CNN show. They're all the same. It was yesterday. Anyway, Scott Jennings had to explain why bringing criminal illegal immigrants back from their home country might not be the best use of our collective time and tax dollars. You'll see what I mean. Let's just watch Scott Jennings make his CNN colleagues look super smart. For the record, that was sarcasm. Let's go.
The Wall Street Journal editorial page puts it this way. They say Mr. Trump would be wise to settle all of this by quietly asking Mr. Bukele to return Mr. Abrego Garcia, who has family in the U.S., but the president may be bloody-minded enough that he wants to show the judiciary who's boss. If this case does become a judicial showdown, Mr. Trump may assert his Article 2 powers not to return Mr. Abrego Garcia, and the Supreme Court will be reluctant to disagree. But they say Mr. Trump would be smarter to play the long game. He has many, much bigger issues than the fate of one man that will come before the Supreme Court. By taunting the judiciary in this manner, he's inviting a rebuke on cases that carry far greater stakes.
Interesting point. I don't know what they're going to do. They do have an out here, as David just said, which is ultimately that, they could bring him back and then rearrest him and deport him somewhere else. And so for however long this plays out, they always are going to have that out, which is before it gets to the point of crisis or whatever you want to call it, they can bring him back and send him somewhere, maybe somewhere much worse. First of all, I'm more than happy to hear the congressman say they're all going to El Salvador. I think for Republicans, this just confirms what we have believed about the Democratic Party and why it currently has a 21% approval rating in Congress. Look where the energy in the Democratic Party is. It's around retrieving illegal aliens from El Salvador. It's around fighting for these college campuses that have been rife with anti-Semitism. It's around biological males who want to play in girls' sports. This is why they are losing to Donald Trump every day, because the energy that Democrats feel comes on all these issues that are fundamentally not where the American people are.
Congressman, one second. Congressman, can I give you the chance to respond to that?
Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, it's Donald Trump that's actually losing the support of the American people. Donald Trump's not focused on lowering the costs of housing, not focused on lowering the price of goods. He's out there deporting people that have legal status to be here, revoking student visas from students that are contributing to this country.
He doesn't have legal status to be here, Congressman.
I'm not throwing shade or anything, but will you guys let me know in the comments, is this Robert Garcia guy, does he wear eyeliner? I just ask because something about his eyes makes me very uncomfortable to look at him. Before I get to the deportation stuff, I just want to address something that the congressman just said. He said that the Trump administration is revoking visas of people that have a right to be here. I've said it 1,000 times. A visa is a privilege. Why on earth would anyone want to allow someone to enjoy the amazing benefits of our great country that wants to tear it down and hates it? It doesn't make any sense. If I visit El Salvador tomorrow, I promise you I'm minding my P's and Q's. I won't do so much as jaywalk because I respect the fact that I'm in someone else's home. I think Americans deserve the same respect. If I act like an a-hole and scream about how much I hate the country I'm visiting on a college campus, every other country on earth would have me in jail and on a plane expeditiously. Let's get back to it.
He has a deportation order. You're going to go to El Salvador. You're going to go maybe go to the grocery store. Like, there's an issue here where you could possibly win on, but you're going to El Salvador instead.
It's okay that someone walking into getting their citizenship, walking into their citizenship test, their citizenship meeting, is being apprehended on the way into their next process, which just happened to somebody in Vermont, and it's happening now across the country. Students are being deported and revoked of their student visas. Yes. Many are not being told why that's the case. That should not be happening in the United States. And certainly someone shouldn't be deported and being left in a prison in a foreign country when the Supreme Court says it should be returned back. And so those are the questions. And by the way, as Democrats and as a Congress and a government, we should be able to do multiple things at the same time. We should be able to take on billionaires who are raiding the government. We should be able to take on Elon Musk with no business being in charge of Doge. And yes, protecting the civil rights and human rights of people that are in this country and entrusted to us. And so, yes, Scott, we can do all of those things. And it's Donald Trump who actually defined the Supreme Court and whose numbers are going down.
Kate Bedingfield.
I would also just say to your the energy from Democrats is on these issues. Let's also look at the elections that have taken place since. It's going to resonate with people that doesn't feel like they're arguing to bring somebody back from El Salvador who they've now kind of held up as the poster child for our immigration policy. And I don't think that's where Democrats want to be.
They believe, the White House believes, just that they're following the Supreme Court's order here. They think everybody else has got this wrong and that they've got it right on the word facilitate, and the courts cannot compel them on foreign affairs matters. So they actually think they're in the right, and they're willing to fight that out, I guess, as it goes back through the court system. And as long as they are fighting it out, we're going to have days and days of Democrats, I guess, going to El Salvador to try to retrieve this guy, which plays right into their hands, I think.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen Robert Garcia, he's super annoying. It's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump. He's losing the support of the American people. He's just lying to our faces. Based on what metric? Every poll shows the majority of Americans support what Donald Trump is doing. You notice he didn't address Scott's point about the Democrats' approval rating being 21%. I've never seen anyone, when Scott brings that up, address it. They immediately go to, what about Donald Trump? I mean, how many times do you think he said Donald Trump in those few sentences? It's insane that they haven't learned their lesson yet. I mean, is it a prerequisite to be a Democrat you have to be a liar? Because shortly thereafter, he lied again. He said that Abrego Garcia has legal status to be here. It's just not true. He also said, people are walking into their citizenship test and being deported. Then he gives us his evidence. It happened to someone in Vermont. This is what they do. They take a story and try to tug on America's heartstrings. So is that the story that warrants a quarter of the Senate going to El Salvador? What a waste of a Senate seat. So this is the Democrat Party putting their best foot forward to show the American people how the authoritarian Donald Trump is illegally deporting people. A criminal gang member with a standing deportation order. Well, geez, I mean, I guess you guys are right. We can't afford to lose any more great Americans like Abrego Garcia. This is, it's just unjust and detrimental to the country. You know what? I'm a Democrat now. Yeah. Feeling gayer already. I'll wrap up with this. And they didn't mention this, but it's obviously related. So we all know that Senator Van Hollen went to El Salvador and thought he was going to pick up Abrego Garcia and bring him home. I love the fact that he was there 2 minutes, then he's in a press conference. And they're like, what happened? I have zero experience in politics, but I think it's just common courtesy to call someone if I'm going to drop by their house. But this senator didn't think to reach out to El Salvador and see if they were going to let him see Garcia. Instead, he just showed up like, I'm here. The El Salvador government was like, Mr. Senator. No accent. Someone in the comments got mad that I called Abrego Garcia stupid yesterday, so I don't think the accent's going to fly. Anyway, back to my point. I do love that El Salvador's government was like, why are you here? What is this? Is Van Hollen under the impression that in El Salvador, if you just come knock on the door of the prison, they let people see whoever they want? I don't get this. I mean, are other countries running prisons differently than they have been since the invention of jail? Oh yeah, and I just read now, related to that trip that Van Hollen took, he broke the law. He's in violation of the Logan Act, which criminalizes an individual conducting unauthorized foreign policy negotiations for the United States. Unfortunately, though, as we all know, unless your name's Donald Trump, 99% of the politicians in the federal government never face any consequences when they break the law. But I'm genuinely curious to hear from you guys. I mean, I think this is so silly and just an open and shut case as far as Abrego Garcia deportation. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the whole thing. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? I'd also like to hear about what you think about my comments on revoking visas. I mean, if you hate our country, why should you have the privilege to be here, right? Let me know, right or wrong, what you think. Oh, but most importantly, let me know if Robert Garcia wears eyeliner. I have to know. It's going to bother me. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like watching videos of Scott Jennings just laughing in the face of stupid congressmen like Robert Garcia, and click on one of the videos that's about to pop up on your screen. Otherwise, I got the best viewers on the planet. I really, really appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to watch my video. It really means a lot to me. Never forget, Jesus loves you. See you guys.